The issue of marriage fraud, there are a few things to keep in mind on what this will look like. So if USCIS suspects that your marriage was entered into for fraudulent reasons, they won't tell you that you're suspected of marriage fraud, first of all. They'll bring you in for an interview. When you're in the interview, they will ask one of the individuals, so one of the spouses, to go into another room. Then they're going to ask the spouse in their office certain questions, and it could be a lot of questions. It could be 30, 40, 50 questions, and they're going to write down all the answers. Then they're going to have that spouse leave and the other one come in, and they're going to ask them the same 30, 40, 50 questions, and they're going to compare the answers. And they can be very detailed questions, and what they're really trying to see is, do you actually live together? Do you spend time together? And I've had situations, I can think of one situation that was about 12 years ago where I accompanied my clients to an interview. They asked them about 47 questions, and 45 out of the 47 questions they answered identically. And we still got a denial pointing out the 2 questions that had inconsistencies. Now, we ultimately appealed that and we won on it and got it approved. But the fact that out of 47 questions, they answered 45 identically, and USCIS admitted that much, but they focused on the 2 that were incorrect, and they still denied on that basis. Now, how can you end up in this type of a marriage fraud situation that's going to get heightened scrutiny? The biggest way that you see it, and that I've seen it myself, is individuals that are put into removal proceedings, deportation proceedings, immigration court, and after being put into immigration court, they get married. Okay, so that automatically will be labeled as a suspicious marriage and will get this heightened scrutiny. So if you're in immigration court and you file your I-130 after you get married, you should expect that this is what's going to happen at your interview. And under no circumstances should you go to that interview without an attorney. Because if the attorney is in there in the interview, they should be taking notes on every question asked and how you answered it and how your spouse answered it, so that when you get the decision later, they can contest saying, actually, on that question, that's not how they answered. She said this, he said this. So you should absolutely have an attorney if you're going to go into that type of an I-130 interview. Hopefully this information is helpful. If you need our help on any of this type of stuff, reach out to us. Our contact information is on our profile, and we're happy to meet with you and see how we can help. Take care.